Welcome everybody to Clarington Kia. Today we're going to take you on a tour of probably the most popular van ever created in terms of like popularity, not by selling. The Kia Carnival is very hard to get your hands on, but this is a extremely popular vehicle, and this is a 2024 with 99,000 kilometers on it, in really nice shape, and a great find here on the pre-owned lot at Clarington Kia. Now we're going to take you on a tour of the exterior and interior condition, as well as some of the great features on this Carnival. So if you haven't already heard the hype, you're going to understand why this is so popular. And if you can't understand why just by looking at it, I mean, it doesn't really look like a van. It's more like an SUV, but it has all the features of a van and the cargo capacity as well. So let's get started with the remote starter, which you'll see here on the key fob. We'll get this going so that way we can show you some of the other cool features, one being the remote start. Second being the LX Plus does give you the power doors, which you'll see here, and also a power tailgate. We'll explore all that as we go. Now the engine that we just started is a 3.5 liter V6 engine connected to an automatic transmission. It's a front wheel drive vehicle. It gets great fuel economy as well. But of course with that 3.5, it has lots of power. In case you have, all 8 passengers aboard, you definitely have enough power to get up to speed on the highway and things like that. Looking at the side profile, again, this is part of the popularity of the Carnival. It looks more kind of like the old style Tahoe, not as big of course, but it definitely looks more SUV-ish than it does van, which is why it's very popular. It just, van has that stigma to it. This isn't so much. Now, this one gives you great looking 17-inch alloy wheels. We've got brand new rubber on there as well. So you got brand new rubber to hit the road with. Color-coded mirrors, we've got roof rails up top. We got this great looking aluminum trim piece down the back. Now, as we do this tour, I will point out any dings, dents, and scratches if we find some. For example, right here, there is this one right here. Now this, I can't really catch my nail in any of this, so I think a little polish, maybe 15-20 minutes on the weekend, a lot of this is gonna lighten right up, and I think you're gonna get this at least 50% better, where it blends in more to the paint, all right? Now, coming around to the rear, great looking rear taillights on this that blend in right into the trunk lid that you can see here. Taking a step back, just give you kind of a full view of this. And now this is the second reason why this is an extremely popular vehicle. Not the power tailgate, but this. This is why most people want this over an SUV, because of all of this cargo space, even with that third row seat up. So if you've got kids in hockey or other sporting activities, you tend to bring a lot of people around. You can see here that there is just absolutely tons of room to do all that. We've got a full-size luggage, a full set of golf clubs with plenty of room to spare. Now, if you want to fold these seats down, that's very easy to do so. They'll actually tumble backwards and go into here, and it's actually a flat cargo system. So that way you can actually still load things in here with tons of room, and it's a nice folding flat system there. Now, power outlet in the back, and then let's close up chunk here. Sorry, I got distracted by that big UPS truck that's trying to come through here, but too bad, we're busy. Coming around the back, so right here, you can't really see this, but there's just a slight mark in the rear bumper. Again, half an hour on a Saturday, polish that up. That's gonna really lighten up. I don't even know if you will see that there once you're done with it, but it's super minor. I just wanted to point it out to you because I happen to see it, partially because I just have trained eyes to do such a thing. All right, now coming around to the front, we've got really nice headlights on this, LED daytime running lights, nice headlights down the below, a really good looking front grille. You can see there, new Kia logo as well. Fun fact about the Kia logo, that was redesigned so that way people didn't recognize it was Kia. They were doing a complete image rehaul, and they wanted something that didn't look like Kia, so people would have to ask, what is that car? A lot of people asked, what is the KN car? Because it kind of looks like KN, but it's actually Kia. Cool feature, LX Plus, power sliding doors. I love that. Obviously makes things very convenient if you got your hands full, or just for the kids and things like that in general. Now, the second row seating in the Carnival is a really nice configuration. We have 3 independent seats, and what I mean by that is you have this seat here, the middle seat, and the other side. They are all on independent sliders, so you can slide each one of them whatever way you like. They all recline, but this middle seat can actually be taken completely out of the vehicle. So you can take this out and then essentially have like a captain's chair setup but when you need that extra seat, you can throw it back in. You can also just fold it down and use it as an armrest as well if you like. There is built-in armrests on the side of these seats. So very diverse, very unique second row seating system on the Carnival. Now, sliding this forward, again, these seats were pushed all the way back. Just want to show you there's still legroom. Of course, if we slide these a lot farther forward, you're going to have a lot more legroom if you have passengers in this third row seat back here. All right, we've got cup holders. We have USB ports as well, as you can see there, so everybody can stay charged up. We even have sunshade for the third row seats. These little windows back here have their own sunshades as well, just in case it's getting in their eyes. It's nice and convenient to have that. All right, we have the same thing for the second row. Now, I did notice on this, I'm going to zoom in, just a couple little marks on the side door panel there. I have a guess as to what that is. I think by the looks of it, I could be wrong, it might be dog nails that have maybe just kind of imprinted itself in there. I did look on this side, I didn't see it on this side, so that's why I'm kind of wondering, is it dog nails or not? Because usually you'd see it on both sides. I have a dog, but that's just my guess. All right, not a big deal, not a lot of damage there. Last but not least, tri-zone climate control, and you'll notice that there is the heating and air conditioning ducts in the roof, which is particularly important because if you have a child in a rear-facing child seat, the air ducts from up top will be able to get onto your child to keep them nice and warm or nice and cool or whatever the case is. Whereas some vehicles only have it coming from the center console. That's not going to help because it's just going to hit the back of the car seat. All right. Front seats are in great shape. This is a non-smoker vehicle. There's no rips, tears, stains, or burns on the seats. We have a power driver's seat as well. Now hopping in. So the Carnival features a great list of advanced safety features to keep you and all 8 passengers safe. Forward emergency braking, we have forward collision warning, we have lane departure warning and lane keeping assist, we have blind spot warning and also blind spot avoidance assist. So what that means is if there's a car in your blind spot, for some reason you go to make a lane change or something where it drifts you into the other lane, it'll actually keep the Carnival in this lane, understanding that there's traffic on the left of you or the right of you if that's the case. So nice feature there. And then we also have rear cross traffic alert in the rear view camera, which I'll show you in just a moment. We're going to turn down the classical music that apparently is playing in here. Now the LX Plus gives you a lot of nice interior features and options as well. Starting off with this row of buttons here, we have the heated seats and heated steering wheel in the LX Plus, passenger heated seat as well. Okay. So nice leather wrapped heated steering wheel, all our radio controls on the wheel, cruise controls on the other side. Having a look down the center, you can see 99,263 kilometers. We have a nice driver's information system here that can kind of display a lot of different information you want on request. Down here towards the driver's knee, you'll see we've got our power sliding doors and power tailgate buttons here for the driver to access in case you want to act like a nice chauffeur and open those doors for people, you can. Now the infotainment system, touchscreen system, we have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can connect your phone, get all your digital apps, navigation, all that great stuff with the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. A nice feature, especially considering it's a van, is the quiet mode, which turns off the rear speakers, so you don't have to go to the balance and fade and just put all the speakers down to the front like we used to. Kids are sleeping in the back, just hit quiet mode. That's all you need to do. The rear climate is nice. You can automatically adjust the rear climate temp from the front and also lock out those controls in case you have kids back there that just love to push buttons. You can lock them out using the climate control for the rear on the center screen that we see here. And then here's our home menu. Now when we put it in reverse, nice clear rear view camera. Now this is where you would get your rear cross traffic alert. Okay, here's the second view, by the way, top down on the back bumper. So when you're parking, getting nice and close to something but not bumping into the back bumper, nice view to have. But the rear cross traffic alert would appear in here. If there's anybody coming from outside of the field of view of the camera, it will kind of light up a little bit yellow, give you an audible alert, so that way you know to have a look around outside the camera view and just check your surroundings. Now, moving down, we have our climate control settings here. And then we've got a bunch of USB ports, as you can see. Bunch of USB ports and a wireless charger in the LX Plus. So all you have to do is drop your phone down in there. It'll start to charge for you. Big center console here. Nice little slot to put your cell phone in. our electronic parking brake with parking brake auto hold. And then we have the drive mode selector. So up here you have normal, eco, sport, and smart to tune the engine transmission to whatever your preference is as far as if you want it to feel really sporty or save you the most amount of fuel. All right, just taking a look around the interior. And then last but not least, we've got two very important pieces of information. First is the Carfax. You can see here there's no accident or damage records found. And then the last but not least is this. This is an important piece of information because you see how much money you have saved by actually picking up this Carnival from Clarington Kia. So we do a safety inspection. Every vehicle has to do that to be sold in Ontario if it's used, but Clarington Kia does reconditioning. Reconditioning is this. So we have machined the front brake rotors, okay? So we've basically cleaned up all the rust and resurfaced them. We replaced the rear brake pads and machined the rear rotors, so new pads, machined the rotors on the back. We've done a brake fluid flush, so all new brake fluid. An oil change, we've done a coolant flush. Okay, these are not part of safety. This is not part of safety. None of this work needs to be done. This is all updating just the maintenance, so that way when you buy this Carnival, drive it home, your next service is very, very light. You're not doing any of this regular maintenance stuff. Fuel induction cleaning, same thing. All right, we've got 4 new tires on there. We've changed the air cabin filter, the engine air filter, again, not part of safety. Done a front brake service after machining the rotors, so take apart the brakes, clean them up, lube them, and put them all back together. All in all, $2,818, of which I bet you only about $600 was required for safety. Everything else was additional work that is done by Clarington Kia in order to have a vehicle that is ready for you with all the service updated. That is stuff that a lot of other stores will not spend the money to do, but we believe here when you buy a vehicle from Clarington Kia, your service should be as easy as the purchase of this car. So that's why we do it. So folks, you found yourself an incredible Kia Carnival that is extremely hard to find, the LX Plus, right here at Clarington Kia. You can visit us online at claringtonkia.ca or in store in the heart of Bonneville, very easy to get to from anywhere in central Ontario. So whether you choose online or in store, we thank you so much. It's your experience your way here at Clarington Kia. We can't wait to see you get behind the wheel of this Carnival. Thanks for watching.